last week we were at the windmill and we were fighting off the hags, and we finished off the fight. Got a little trepidatious for a little bit, but you won the fight. Discovered some loot from some previous adventures at the windmill. Finally, getting some weapons that could deal some real damage to all these resistant folks you kept running into. Arden got himself a really good set of armor. And you've rescued yet another kid that the granny that you thought was so good was actually an evil night hag. So as you...
When we killed the hags, did they like turn into dust or anything? Or are their bodies just laying there?
Their bodies are just kind of laying there.
I just stand over the body and goes, "The worst thing about this is no more pies."
You know the pies are made of kids, right?
But I gotta chase that white dragon. I'm sorry, man.
Let's see, is that... Yeah.
Those good dreams.
Alright, so as we move back into the main map...
Oh, doesn't CJ and Taya... Oh, no, just CJ and Taya need to roll pie dependencies.
Yeah. So...
Unless CJ's going to attempt to eat pie.
I don't have any pies anymore. I can't. I want to eat them, but I can't.
So 2 things really quick. One, Taya didn't eat any pie yesterday. Does she still have to roll?
The roll becomes smaller.
She failed her last roll. I think that's why.
Yeah.
Oh, rough.
But with the fight, it kind of like got her past the...
It sobered her up, showed her what was really important in her life.
I don't know.
Number two. Vrail, are you even aware that your pies are gone yet? You had pies stealthily removed from you. Do you even know that you are missing that pie?
My pies are gone.
Perhaps.
Yeah, the ravens ate your pie.
Open my bag and find no pies. Son of a bitch.
Yeah,
If
just
you
like...
want the pies, they're in the belly of the ravens out back.
All right. So
I know.
Taya...
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Taya actually did make her Constitution saving throw for that.
Good for her.
Nice.
Yeah. And by addiction. I think she hasn't had pie in a couple of days, so I think that is the point where her addiction is done.
Yeah, Sam's not even here to celebrate with a one-day chip.
Yeah.
That's slacker.
All right. Braille, I need your Constitution saving throw. Because you've been eating pie, it keeps going up every day.
Ooh!
You missed it.
I did?
Yeah.
With a 17? Holy shit.
Dude,
You're
it was
so addicted.
18.
You're so addicted, you fucking tweaker.
All right. You don't have any
Goddamn.
you don't have any other pie, do you?
Since you said the crows were, and he's like kind of like sweating, like...
You really feel like
I don't need it.
you kind of have this need for the
I don't need
pie,
it.
but you're just going to kind of sweat. For today, you will have disadvantage on skill checks.
Yep. That's about right. Well, time to detox. Oh, shit. As they're walking, you just hear him every so often.
No attempts to take one of these kids' fingers.
No. Once the pie, like because the pie smelled good, it tasted good, like it gave you good dreams. It's just
Listen.
it's that hit. It's that
All I'm
Animalistic
saying,
hit.
all I'm saying, like you may say you don't eat it raw, but all I'm saying is, I'm sure every person that started doing cocaine, their first hit was on like a nice mirror or something. The last hit being off of the toilet paper holder in the airport bathroom. I'm just saying, you change. Drugs change you.
it's been like 3 days.
These pies might really change you. I'm just double checking.
Anyone need their dick sucked?
Yeah, see, look it.
Who are you,
Look
Bob
it.
Saget? Jesus.
I mean, if you really want pie, you could always check Barovia to see if anybody has any left.
You ever suck dick for MySpace friends?
Yes.
But there's definitely no new pies.
All right. So you guys are at the windmill, and where do you want
I
to head?
only missed it by a 1.
Well, we're heading to Valaki to bring those kids to the orphanage we heard is there.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta go drop some kids off on the system. I hear it works.
So I already made the rolls ahead of time. So you guys spend the next couple of hours getting back to the main road and then just hiking through the old Svalich road. And eventually you get up to the town of Valaki. So the old
Oh,
Svalich...
we missed all the possible combats?
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay.
I mean, if you're on the road, like, it's actually not... It's only like...
Listen, I just remember last week you mentioned how many skill checks or how many random encounter checks there were, and it was like 9. It was like 8.
7.
I thought, like 8 or 7. So I was like, it was enough that I didn't know. I don't know.
It honestly, if you crunch the numbers, it was about 50-50.
So yeah, so it's crazy that we didn't hit any. Like,
Well, no,
that
like,
seems kinda wild.
getting all 7 without hitting one, it's like a 50-50. It was like a coin flip.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's like every roll I have to make, it's only like a 10% chance that something will happen. And even that's not
okay.
combat. Like, there's a whole bunch.
Random encounters with like a deer crosses the road, and we're like,
There's certain like you've encountered a few of the non-combat random encounters.
okay, all right.
So you see the old Svalich road meanders into a valley watched over by dark brooding mountains to the north and south. The woods revealing a sullen mountain berg surrounded by a wooden palisade as you approach Valaki. Thick fog presses up against this wall as though looking for a way inside, hoping to catch the town of slumber. The dirt road ends in a set of sturdy iron gates with a pair of shadowy figures standing behind them. Planted in the ground and flanking the outside of the gates are a half a dozen pikes with wolves' heads impaled on them. So you've spent a better part of the morning sort of getting over there, so it's early afternoon. The gates are closed, but not locked. Sort of behind them with pikes.
Hello there.
Hello.
We
Brings
come,
you to...
we
Become
from Barovia.
bearing children.
Do you? Ugh. It's like...
We were sent by the what's he called? The Burgermeister.
Well, they do see Arena's kind of in tow, and they're like... and they sort of recognize Arena, like... as someone of Barovia, on top of, like, a couple of strangers. So, being that it's still the daytime, they sort of give you, like, a once-over, like, first time in Valaki.
First time.
All right. So they open up the gates. They're not locked, but they just have that extra little protection during the day. The gates at night would be locked up, so if it were nighttime, you wouldn't be able to get in. Like, all right,
Could we get out?
could. Who wants to
Okay,
get out?
okay.
It's dangerous at night.
Question:
listen.
where is the orphanage? We've encountered children along the way that need a home.
The guy points out a spot in town, kind of pulls up like a rough sort of drawing of the town, like by there. It's the old "You are here." Kind of points out and is like, the orphanage. It's a little past the town square.
Like a giant mall kiosk thing that's got all the buildings labeled.
Yeah, let's get you into
Is it next to the Billabong or the Hot Topic?
Yeah. Just past the Cinnabon.
So you guys are
You want-
right
Well-
here in the Eastern Gate, also called the Morning Gate. If you look at the town on the west side, there's the Sunset Gate in the west, and then the Zarovich Gate up at the north, which leads to Lake Zarovich. And let's see.
I could really go for some pie.
All right, so
They might
Probably-
have pie at the orphanage.
probably the place you guys want to stop is going to be, if you're kind of new and want to figure out like the lay of everything, and where sort of everyone in town congregates.
N2 Brute.
Yeah, let's see, town square. On here. Was there any particular place you guys were looking for in town?
Orphanage.
Orphanage. It's probably going to be the.
Well, is there are those locations in our notes?
They are not.
Okay, so what is N2 and N8 again?
N2 is the Blue Water Inn, so it's the main sort of like tavern and where rooms are located. So it's where you'll be able to stay, and it's
Okay.
where that. The town square is N8, and Irina also mentions like we're also looking for the church. We're looking for safe haven stuff, and the church
For church.
is going to be over on the western side of town. So that is N1 will be the church. Yeah. They'll be able to point you out the way at the Blue Water Inn. They'll be able to point you towards the shops. Also, the Northern Gate. If you go out, you have Lake Zarovich, where a lot of people in the town like that's where they'll go to try to fish. For the fishermen, be careful. As any place, it can be dangerous, especially at night. Also, be wary. Sort of southwest of town. When you see N9, there's another. There's a Vistani village. It's sort of just out town. Like they're not welcome in Vallaki.
They're not welcome in Vallaki.
They're not welcome in Vallaki.
We should definitely pay them a visit.
But
I guess let's jump these kids and go to the church first.
What are these kids even called? Did you get their names?
I have.
We
their
did,
names.
but like I care.
Kid 1, Kid 2, and Kid
I'm sure
3.
Arden remembers. I mean, he.
I have two of the names, Myrtle and Freak, but we never got the name of the third child that joined us.
The one kid's name is Freak.
Freak.
F-R-E-K.
That's probably you probably shouldn't call a kid a freak, Arden.
No, like
You look at him, he looks like a
Freek.
freak. Yeah, that's a freak.
Like it doesn't matter how you spell it; it's still hurtful.
That's what his name is.
Well, he can go to the orphanage and get a new one if he doesn't like it.
Is he sure his parents weren't just calling him a freak?
He's pretty young. He doesn't know any better.
I think his parents were just calling him a freak, and he
The
didn't
third kid,
know
the one that
better.
was in the sack, we'll say his name is Nicolaj.
Nicolaj. I like
Nicolaj?
that. I like
Nicolaj.
I like Nicolaj.
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 Thank Thank you.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong here.
I,
Got to throw that Brooklyn Nine-Nine reference in there.
I like it.
I like a Nicolaj.
Nicolaj. Nicolaj? Nicolaj.
Nicolaj.
Okay.
So they'll head off, but the church will probably know where to.
Yeah, so let's head to the church first, and they can direct us to the orphanage.
Okay.
Maybe we'll get lucky and the church will be the orphanage.
That's a possibility.
Oh, where the hell is?
Right.
Oh, couple of things to know before you go here, before you go around town to be careful of. The guard is kind of telling you, like, so the Blue Water Inn will offer you, like, food, wine, and shelter. The burgomaster, Baron Vargas Valovich, has decreed that the Festival of the Blazing Sun will be held in the town square in 3 days' time. The previous festival, which he called the Wolf's Head Jamboree, was less than a week ago. Valaki has had one of these festivals every week for the past couple of years.
Every week?
Many of the Valakians believe that these festivals keep the Devil Strahd at bay.
Okay.
Okay.
Those who speak ill of the festivals, you'll find them in the town square and the stockades.
I was really curious as to why they had it once a week. That's it.
The festivals are.
Get your festivals.
The burgomaster believes that the festivals will keep the town of Valaki safe from the Devil Strahd.
I mean, that's fair. I don't know. Like, I assumed there would be some sort of relationship in the ritual to the full moon, and then it would happen like once a month, and then every so often it'd be like rare, and there would be some big post that went out in the mail to all of them that were like,
No.
"This only happens once every 70,000 years."
No. It's more like Epcot. It's Epcot. Just Festival 365.
All right, cool, got it.
Look. Can get into Avrail.
Let's get some pies and women.
I wasn't thinking of pies.
Well, to be fair, if you get the women, you could potentially have both.
Certain kind of pie.
Hey.
Hey! Oh my God, where is? Of course, it's not there. Sorry. Trying to find the. Okay.
But for now, we should pay respects to their church.
All right, so you head over to the church at N1, and there's actually no map for this, so.
Am I allowed to step foot in a church?
Yeah.
Yeah, but wouldn't you?
Kind of a have to even here, my friends. Just
they
gotta
can
ask these
cure
questions.
Maybe they can cure what ails you with pie.
You've already been in a church
Yeah.
during
That was
this
like
campaign.
That was like a destroyed church, though.
Oh, okay.
A church
Still
is
a
a church is a
yeah,
church.
a church is a church.
Look, just stick your toe in, and if you smell something burning, don't go inside.
So,
Arden, use thaumaturgy.
So as you approach, it is St. Andrew's Church. The slouching centuries-old stone church has a bulging steeple in the back and walls lined with cracked stained glass windows depicting pious saints. A fence of wrought iron encloses a garden of gravestones next to the church, and a thin sort of mist creeps along the graves. As you approach, you see that the church is dedicated to the Morning Lord and named after Saint Androl, who's as you approach, as you enter the church, you find the head, Father Lucian Petrovich. The head father. He's very old and very
That
It's just
sounds like
old-
that sounds like main daddy to me.
Sorry, this part is not in the.
Wait, main daddy is not in the book?
Well, no, like the write up on the church is not in the notes here, so I have to go back to the main book. Uh, so, so it's the church, and you see next to him, assisting him, is a young boy named Yeska, and another guy named Milivaj, who are sort of helping him with the tasks around the church.
Boy.
He's like, "Hello there. It's a wonderful morning to you, my friends."
Hail and well met.
Good morning, brother.
And Irina introduces herself. "Hello, and I am hoping to see you. I am Irina." She introduces herself, Irina Kolyana. He's like, "Oh, the burgomaster's daughter from the village of Barovia." She's like, "Yes, we were hoping to to be able to have safety here. We're trying to escape from Strahd's view, from Strahd's sort of. He's taken an interest in me, and we're trying to find some safety." It's like, "Yes, the church would be a safe place for those seeking refuge normally." And he sort of hangs on that a little bit. He's like,
Normally.
Yeah, what exactly do you mean by normally?
Well, so, have you come for any other reason? And Irina
Perhaps.
mentions we have also in our travels run into these poor children that were under the that were kidnapped by the night hags of the old windmill, and another one that was going to be done to their nefarious means, and they have nowhere else to go. We're hoping they'd find room for them in the orphanage." He's like, "Oh, yes, yes." He's like, "You," and he calls over to his two assistants, Yeska and Milovaj. And he's like, "Yeska, Milovaj, go escort these young men, escort these children to the orphanage, and tell them that I I have sent them to there, so that they get sort of settled in, and we could see if we could try to find something for them." And he's like, "Yes." And it's like, and then as the two children sort of leave, with as his two assistants leave with the children, he sort of turns to you and he's like, "Best to talk about this more in private." It's like, "Come," and he sort of like, come back to my office." And
I follow.
so he kind of comes back to the. He takes you back like to an office. This church is set up very similar to the one that you saw in Barovia, just not as run down. It's in better shape, but still not great shape. You can tell it's old. It's very worn. It's in need of repairs, but it is in better shape than.
Well, that's because they're not pouring all their resources into torturing a cursed child. I just feel like that makes for a better church.
And as you sort of enter into he kind of closes it, and you're all kind of packed tightly in. It's not a big study, but all of you are in there, and he's like, "So, until recently, this church was from Strahd's vision and attacks and anything that he might have sent by the actual bones of Saint Andral. They were sealed in a crypt below the church. Below, someone's stolen those bones, and the church does not have its protections. It's not. The church was sort of sanctified land, so it was sort of a holy site that Strahd could not set foot on. His minions could not set foot on. It was very protected, and it was through the bones of Saint Andral. And it's like, until recently, someone broke into the crypt a few nights ago and stole the bones.
Who perhaps do you think could have done it?
So I was the only one that knew, but the only other person of Alaki that I think may know about the bones could possibly be Yeska, one of the altar boy. I mentioned it to him possibly to put him at ease. He was very fearful. I asked Yeska if he told anyone else about the bones. He nodded yes, but he wouldn't tell me a name.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think
How long till he gets back?
I think it may be the other lad, Milavaj, who he kind of works as he's a little older. He kind of works like as the gravekeeper, as the gravedigger. But both boys were orphans, and this sort of them working for the church earns them a little bit of money, so it helps them survive. It's like I think it may be Milavaj, but
So
I'm
why
an old
why
man
do you
and he is a little temperamental. I don't know why he would possibly
yeah,
do
it
this.
seems the church provides for him in more than one way. So why would he find it necessary? Or do you think perhaps he's being coerced by
I don't
by a third
I don't
party?
know. He's generally a good kid. He's temperamental. He's a teenager. But I
I feel like you're being a little flippant towards the potential links to a conspiracy here.
I I've been reluctant to say anything like to the guards or because I don't want to instill fear into the festival, but
I think you should instill some intelligence into your brain and think about the serious repercussions that could come of losing protection to such a place.
Are you suggesting that the town is not protected by the festival, but is instead protected by the bones of St. Andal?
well, the bones only protect the church.
The
The church
church.
grounds are sanctified with that, but if the
Okay, and
church loses its sort of sanctification, it would cause panic in the city.
I was going to say, who is the spiritual pillar of this city?
And people look to the burgomaster for, and I am just the representative of the Morning Lord, but he's a very old man, very set in his ways. When you look at him,
Question for you, unrelated. The church, it's named after a saint.
yes,
Interesting. We're looking for a house of a saint.
I believe it was Saint Andre 3000.
We're looking for the house of a saint. Would this have been his home?
I mean this is one sort of. Say there's also Saint Markov's in Kresik, but there's us, Saint Andrew's, and then Saint Markov's.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you know of a man in your town that happens to have a monkey? No, wait. Where in the
Fine, he
town?
doesn't know about the monkey. Let me get back to the important stuff here about
I
the
mean-
church.
Oh, okay. Monkey Man is on a tarot card. That sounds pretty important to me.
Yeah, talk to the Burgermeister about it. He probably knows more.
It's like they might know at Blue Water Inn. They know a lot. Surprisingly, the 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 people that run that inn are quite knowledgeable in the things going on around here.
All right.
Do you have a symbol of the Morning Lord anywhere in this church?
Not. I mean, we have our stained glass and a couple of things on the walls, but nothing big. We're sort of a smaller church compared to like St. Markov's.
Okay, then.
St. Markov's is like a full sort of abbey, and or it's been around for a lot longer.
Okay. But as far as your bone problems, when are your two, for lack of better term, problem children coming back?
They should be back fairly shortly. The orphanage isn't far.
All right. Vrail, come here.
Yeah, what's up?
You seem like an amiable man. I was just thinking if we scare the ever-loving piss out of them before they get back to the church, maybe we could get the answers?
You think that'll work?
If we do them separately, yes. It's amazing what a man will tell you when he's alone.
All right. So as you're sort of taught, you hear like some people come into the church, and it is like back to doing their duties, and you see Milovaj is sort of outside tending to the garden and the graveyard and stuff. So if you want to talk to him, he's out there.
Excuse me, priest. Which one did you say had the knowledge that you told?
I had told. So, going back, the priest had told Yeska, the younger one, because he was afraid, and he kind of alleviated his fears. Like, well, we're protected with these bones, and then the bones went missing, and he asked Yeska, "Did you tell anyone else?" And he nodded yes, but he wouldn't say who. But the priest suspects the other one, Milovaj, possibly took them. He doesn't think Yeska took them. He thinks Milovaj took them. But Yeska knows who took them, but he's not saying for some reason.
What would make him believe that Milovaj took them? Like what?
Yeska and Milovaj are fairly close because they both grew up in the orphanage.
But it's like Milovaj like have like a history of theft.
No, but he's kind of like the older one. He's the one that would probably take more charge, or it seems like more the older brother type. He seems like the only other person that Yeska would really tell. Like he's the only one that he kind of like Yeska hangs around most of the time. Yeah, he's just doing some tasks within the Acton Church itself. He's sort of like cleaning some things up. He's arranging things. He's an altar boy, so he's just assisting in different tasks.
Interesting.
And
do you have a picture of this thing?
Melage is outside.
Sir, do you have a rough picture of this saint anywhere?
Only what's depicted. So you see a couple of like drawings on the wall, like rough paintings, but kind of in the stained glass.
I can work with that. You know what? I'll be kinder to the younger one.
I was just gonna go grab him and shake him and ask him to tell me what he knows.
Oh,
No. I got a good idea for the younger one. Arden. You can make your voice appear somewhere else, correct?
Yeah.
Would it be against you if I were to say make the kid see the saint, and you then speak to him as the saint to make him tell us what we want to know?
It's for a good cause. Yeah, I'll do it.
All right. So I'm gonna use my what you call it, minor illusion
To
and
do an image, and then you're
do
gonna.
an image of the saint and try and keep it looking like it's talking with his speech.
Okay. And then you're gonna use thaumaturgy to.
Give it life.
All right. Let's do. I would say for both of you, either deception or performance at advantage,
I have a quick question about
since
the
you're working
form.
together.
I have a quick question about the forms of stuff. So you're making an illusion of the saint based on the picture in the stained glass window?
Roughly. I mean, it's doesn't have to be exact.
You
Okay.
I mean,
do also remember that your illusion can be no larger than 5 feet cubed.
Ooh,
So they can't be particularly
Tiny.
like tall.
tiny lord, tiny guy.
then
Tiny.
I'm just gonna project him a little bit further away.
All right. Force projection. Got it. You're gonna have him up so he doesn't have to be as tall. Put him up near those
Yeah, no,
higher
force
bricks.
perspective. Yeah, I'm going with force perspective here.
Yep. Force
Got it.
perspective.
Got it.
Got it.
Look, perspective is everything for an assassin.
I rolled a 15.
Okay. With
rolled a
the
21.
15 and the 21, this kid has literally had a come to Jesus moment right there. He's just like, he's wide eyed. What do you say?
Yes, God. My church is no longer protected. We must find my bones. Do you know where we can find them? Can you restore the
This kid is
protection
shitting his pants. Watch.
of our holy home?
So intimidating about a person like your depiction of a god appearing in front of you going, "Help, we need my bone."
Be aware, this is probably like a 10-year-old child, too.
I'm being nice. This is me
Well,
being nice.
Yeah, that is you being very nice.
Where are my bones? Yes, God.
He just starts like shaking and just like weeping, and he's like, and he's crying. He's like, I'm sorry, I was scared.
Bones
He's
are.
blubbering so hard, like you cannot make out his words.
I say, fear is understandable, my child, and forgiveness is also at hand. All will be forgiven, and you shall be at peace.
and through the sobs, you hear him say, like, I told Milovic. He told Milovic.
Didn't he say he was scared? Ask him what he was scared of. What caused him to be afraid?
It's
What made you so fearful, my child?
he I don't want to hurt him. I don't want to. And he just starts crying past that.
Tell him
to go
this
home
isn't
for the
about.
day.
Tell him this isn't about hurting anyone. It's about protecting everyone.
This is not about hurting anyone, my child. This is about protecting everyone. You
And he's just crying and apologizing at this point.
of
Oi, I don't plan on being nice to the naked. You may want to tell him.
No, I had a way
need to go
horrible thing that I was going to do to the kid, like so much worse.
Pull him up.
Tell the kid to go home. He doesn't need to see this. Just tell him to go home and pray on what he's done, or whatever it is you religious guys do.
Yes, God.
I had a way that I was going to do
Thank
this that
you,
was
my
absolutely.
child. Turn to your home and come
Bro.
back tomorrow to clean.
Okay.
And come back tomorrow to clean this shit up.
He's like, tomorrow's my day off. And you're like, no, you shall clean.
You're getting forced overtime.
Yeah, we're gonna need you to come in on Sunday as well.
That'd be great.
All right.
Okay.
Did anyone watch Werewolf by Night?
Not yet.
No, I haven't had a chance to yet.
Totally recommend, by the way. So I'm not
there-
even gonna.
Are
It's
there
only like
any,
40 minutes.
Are there any candles in the church?
Yeah.
Like lighting- lighting it?
there's a couple.
Roland dispels the vision. I also cause the flames to flicker and dim momentarily before returning to their normal state.
I use thaumaturgy to open the windows. He is just like, and he makes his way out like quickly.
Try to grab that broom that was ready for tomorrow.
What is the name of the father again? The priest?
Lucian.
Lucian.
Hopefully he brought a fresh pair of underwear
Please
today.
don't be too cruel to Lovitch. It's like whatever he did, I'm sure he had some reason, but I don't know. And he's like, I'll thank you for helping. May the morning Lord bless you. It's like,
I do recommend staying in your office, Father.
so he's like, okay,
We won't hurt him.
all
But
right.
he won't. We won't hurt him, and that's all I'll say because you are a man of age, and I do not wish to worry you. But
This concerning even me.
All right.
Yeah, we're not gonna be doing.
All right.
It's an altar boy, so
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of
Well,
implications.
Yeska is more of an altar boy. Like, Milovaj is more like, he's kind of like the gravedigger. Because he's older and he's stronger and he's...
he got too old for the priest.
Is that a promotion? Is that a promotion to be Gravedigger over Altar Boy?
I mean, it's what he's able to do because it's more physically demanding labor. And Yeska's too young and the father's too old.
You know, Mike, I don't want to tell you how to DM, but it's times like that where you could have just said it was a promotion. Could have said, I don't know. Like, it's not. Okay.
No. I could have, but I chose not to.
You're like,
Because,
yeah, good.
Fuck you, that's why.
All right, fair enough.
Fair enough. Why not? Fuck you, that's why.
I don't know. I just wanted to be like a little promotion, like the thought that like your altar boy, like if you're a good enough altar boy, one day you get to dig the graves. That's
so, how's everybody's alignment?
I'm chaotic good.
Nobody's evil.
Feeling very well. Thank you for asking.
I believe I am lawful neutral, or I think I'm lawful neutral. I gotta double check. Where's my? Yeah, I'm lawful neutral.
I'm neutral
Are you
good.
lawful or good? Yeah, don't watch what I'm gonna do.
Don't kill him.
I'm gonna do a stealth roll to get behind him.
I
You have your own idea. Take your own turn. Take your own turn. But this kid's a little shit. I'm not gonna kill him.
Well, wait, you got to do your idea in the last kid.
Okay, fine. What's your idea?
Okay, here's my idea.
Wait. Let's walk out of the office first.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll even tell you my idea beforehand.
Well, no. Let's walk out of the office into the main hall. Kids outside. I don't think the old man has the stomach for anything we have to say.
I mean, honestly, what I'm about to do, he could probably watch, but he would certainly.
Kid.
Oh no! This is kid friendly. His kid friendly. He's definitely not going to get hurt. He's definitely not going to get hurt.
Okay.
No one's gonna get murdered.
So,
Just a little bit named.
I also I don't want to sneak up behind him, or I guess it would be sneaking behind him. I want to just walk up behind him, not quiet footsteps that a ranger would have, like just naturally stealthy. Not, you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. Get with it.
All right, and I am going to.
Make a stealth check.
All right, there it is. That's kind of what I was getting at. I was trying to figure out whether or not that was gonna. All right, I think I have good stealth. So,
I mean, it's a kid. It's not like he's gonna have high perception. Yeah. I'm pretty sure a 21 is more than enough.
No clue. All right, I'm going to come up, and I will. I'm just gonna say, like, as soon as I'm like at that weird distance where I'm not right on top of him, but definitely close enough that if someone said your name at the right volume, you would be like, "How'd you get there?" You just absolutely, yeah. So I'm gonna be up behind him. I'm gonna go. Milovic, is it?
Make an intimidation roll.
Oh, hold on. We're not even begun to intimidate.
Make one at advantage.
All right.
You scared the fuck out of him.
Let's go.
All right. You just
Okay, hey Mike. While he's distracted, I'm gonna get behind the kid now.
On that stealth roll.
I don't care. I just want to have my plan ready as a backup.
Yeah. You're stealth on him.
All right. So,
like,
by the,
it's just like a dude. Like he's got like a 10 for like his awareness. He's.
By the way, I want to make two quick assumptions here. One, you already said it was the morning, correct?
Late morning.
Late morning. Okay.
Like pre noon. Like it took a couple hours for you to get there, but you started off like first thing.
I'm mostly concerned. Whatever he's doing, I want to be in a way that my shadow is being cast towards him.
Okay.
And then I'm going to say, where has it? Someone in this church has sticky fingers, likes to get involved in potentially dark happenings.
You can tell right by the way he answers that he's like, "Fuck, I'm caught."
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna go. You know, there's a lot of which your village seems to be well aware of. Vampires, ghouls, nightmares, and horrors beyond your imagination. And it would be a shame if one of the things granting you such a divine peace in this place were to disappear and something else would appear in its stead. And as I'm saying this, my butterflies, like a slime from the shadow that's being cast under his feet, are crawling up his legs as just a giant mass of my swarm.
Okay.
Y'all smell that? Because he just shit his pants.
Roll me another intimidation with advantage.
Ooh, nice, but boo.
So, because of your butterflies, like the normal DC of this intimidation for him was already fairly low. But because of the butterflies, I lowered it even more. Like, pretty much the number to beat was a 5.
Let's go. I beat it.
Just barely screwed that.
And
Beat
plus, the first intimidation was really high. Like, you really intimidated him initially. So he's already, like, on edge. And I think that lowered it even more for the second intimidation. And he just, like, okay. The bones.
And why would you take them?
It.
For what purpose does a boy your age need with bones?
The coffin maker wanted him. I sold
your
the coffin maker
first
wanted him.
thought-
I sold him for gold because
Did the
to
coffin
help
maker know
my
they were
brothers
there?
and sisters at the orphanage. We have almost no money. This
Why did
let
the
us
coffin
eat for
maker know
weeks.
Why did the coffin maker know they were there?
I don't know.
He came to you and approached you about the presence of the bones. You did not tell him the bones were there.
Let's see, what does it say?
He already knew. I walk up as I say that.
Because the
It's like
father seems to be under the impression that he was the only one who knew originally.
he didn't know about the bones specifically, but he was asking about stuff about the church. I gave him the information on the bones, and then he offered me money if I gave them to him.
And you felt the money was worth the lives of the people in this village, including those of your brothers and sisters.
I don't know if these bones actually worked or not. Like, they're just bones. It's like, do you know what those bones did provide? Provided money to feed my brothers, my sisters, all these people that I have to that I'm trying to take care of for weeks.
You've got quite a pair of robin's eggs on you, boy, to believe that you are willing to gamble the lives of the people you care about on.
We've never had any attacks here in town. Like, they just...
You think perhaps it was because of the bones?
I put my hand on Tanner's shoulder.
I'm
Peace.
drawing my dagger
Calm
out,
down.
holding it over him. I put my hand on his shoulder for a second. He said the words attacks. Like, feigning an attack.
It's like, I don't know.
Boy,
He asked if I knew anything about the church, and he offered money. I told him about the bones, and he offered me more gold than I've seen in my life to just give him the bones.
I
can you
walk
tell
up.
us where this man is?
Yeah, he's the coffin maker. He is. Let's see which. He's on the other side of town. And let me unlock that area. It's going to be area N6 on the map right here.
Okay, once he's done telling me, I ask, how much money did he give you for the information?
I want to see if it says how much money he gave.
If it does.
I'm going to say 50 gold. Like,
I hand him...
It was like more money than he's ever seen in his life.
I pull out my sack of gold and I hand him 250 gold and tell him, take care of your brothers and sisters and don't be foolish again.
Yes, of course. I mean, I just thought they were old bones and just some, tale that the old man believed in. Not that they actually could have protected.
Arden walks up to Milva. So some may be more powerful than expected, but that doesn't mean that you should treat them with respect. Take the gold, protect your family at the orphanage, and we'll recover the bones.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull the kid up by his collar. So he's
Athletics check on that.
Just lifts his shirt up and says, "Ooh,
Damn.
my god! Oh my god! This kid is
God
like 3
damn.
feet in the air. His feet are so far off the ground."
Yeah, you get that.
Yeah, I'm chaotic neutral. I'm not nice.
No, but just could you actually grapple him?
Yeah.
Like that's
He's a kid.
that's a little more of a strength thing.
Listen.
So
That's a stealth athletics too. Oh, wait,
Arden,
no,
looks,
no.
Arden looks over at Roland. Very impressive, Roland. Now let him go.
Yeah.
all
Driving the
right.
point home. Or I'll drive a point home.
Point driven and arrived.
Yes.
Now run, kid.
Oh, I think he's already running. I think he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's like,
Fucking gone.
Honestly, I can see where he's come from. Any one of us at that age worrying for our families and our brothers and sisters would be foolish too.
I've done worse.
you've done worse today.
I will say for Tanner, part of the reason that Tanner was getting super intense is because for him, specifically because of his backstory, is just like a soft spot to think that someone would sell out an entire village for themselves, even if it's the means of their family's survival. Like that's very what a family does on a very dark,
Yeah.
grand scale. So
What you sort of
it
got
was-
for
it
him was
becoming personally.
he had
Right.
He's just like, yeah, they're just old bones. Like this guy's gonna give me 50 gold for giving him some bones like that I dig up in a grave.
Right, like it's definitely
crazy
one of
old coot. I'm like, yeah, let me do
it's
that.
it's definitely one of those things where like logically I totally understand where he's coming from and I get it and I remember being that age, but
Emotionally,
also,
you're like this fucker.
emotionally I didn't do a very good job of separating that personal attachment to what was going on, even though I knew better.
You went full Star-Lord.
Yeah.
You went. Has anyone seen the Vox Machina cartoon on Amazon?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went Percy for a moment.
Yep.
Like you went No Mercy Percy.
No
Like
mercy,
that's his
Percy, I
that's his
love that.
nickname. Like,
Yep.
it's where his vengeance kicks in.
All right.
It's where the name appears on the barrel of the gun. Oh,
So yeah.
I mean the best.
Well-
The best shot is the one when it's the professor. Like that's
Oh, yeah, that
that's
was
the best
fantastic.
shot.
So, do we want to go pay a coffin maker a visit, or do we want to?
I just think it's incredibly convenient that someone who may be our next body on the body count already happens to place with coffins. Perhaps.
Hey, I
Makes
didn't
cleanup a lot easier.
just killing this time. Sweet.
Let's go
Because
to
I-
the inn first. Let's see if we can get any information on the coffin maker before we go in.
That was
Ooh,
going to be
I-
my
give ourselves an
second
advantage.
suggestion, but someone suggested murder. Well,
Oh no, murder is still on the table. We'll get there. But,
The day's,
wow,
the,
you
day,
know
the day's still young.
well, let's
when
get
he
some
suggests
let's get
murder,
some
you know something's wrong.
let's get some intel first.
I'm not saying we're not going to murder. I'm just feeling peckish.
Just saying, like the day's still young.
We've also been running or walking a few miles. Let's go get some.
Perhaps,
We-
perhaps in and secure the rooms, and we'll go check for
already
a
all day
cell
of
here, and
both psychologically and physically bullying children.
I
we
lost
can
the
go
map.
see what's being sold while you guys go get
Oh,
gossip from the inn.
Sorry,
Yeah, no. After
I
what just happened, I'm
GM leveled the wrong thing.
yeah, no. After
Sorry.
after what just
Sorry, I fogged a war the wrong map.
after what just happened, I will definitely be grabbing a drink when we go to the inn.
Oh, fine. Then I'll go to the market.
So you can go to the market. I'm going to the inn.
I need more
no.
poison.
I want to see a bar owner about a man with a monkey.
All right.
I'll ask about the monkey at the shops for you. Anybody want anything?
Hold on, let me look at my character sheet and see if there's anything I need. If I'm like,
You guys are going to the inn, right?
I'm probably.
Well, going to the end. I'm going to the shops.
Okay. Ugh, I gotta make up shops. And that's about it.
But there's no place to buy weapons. Potions.
Not specifically, but yes, there are. Don't ask me the names. I'm not coming up with the names.
I don't really care about the names. That's where I'm going. I'm going to do the shopping list.
Okay. So is it like weapons, armor, general, magic? What are you looking for? Let's say like you find a general shop.
Stupid!
Kind of...
So stupid! I didn't use my cloak of billowing.
Oh,
Damn.
My first opportunity, and I blew it.
Oh.
Oopa.
Hold on, we gotta go find some more kids.
Oh my
Find more kids to scare.
Two poison potions, so I can craft some more arrows tonight.
What the hell level is this on?
Is everything still here? Everything here at markup or no?
Better price.
Where do we find prices?
DM guide or player guide.
Could I? Silver tipped.
You don't need to because your bow is +1, so your arrow is considered magical.
Yeah, but I'm seeing a lot of stuff about wolves, and if anything happens to be the case.
All silver does is it's like having it magic, but without the +1.
Okay.
So a silver longsword overcomes the resistance +1 to anything.
Well, how do I? Could I silver my short sword and dagger?
Yes. Let's see what silvering cost is.
Yeah.
That's a good idea for my melee weapons as well.
Yeah, I'm like, I might as well do that if for some reason I do need to use close combat
Just trying
weapons.
to
I don't
find
want to.
You can
I don't have
silver
very-
a single weapon or 10 pieces of ammunition for 100 gold.
Oh, I'm gonna spend 200 gold and silver my short sword, and my dagger.
Okay.
I'm doing the same.
You guys can do that. It'll take a little bit of time to kind of silver it, but
Okay.
No, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to edit it.
yeah,
Minus
just say that it's silvered. Like that's fine.
That's what I was doing.
Arden, and get you on the token
all right.
line.
How do I change it to silvered?
Just say silvered. Like it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There it is. No. That's they're 100 gold. Okay, so I'm gonna spend 200 more gold. And I'm gonna buy 2 poison things. 2 things of poison.
All right.
And then during the night, I will craft 6 more arrows.
Cool. Now I have a silver short sword and a silver dagger. Kind of.
I'll keep moving shit around. Can't really do anything better with armor. Get there. I think I'm done at the shops. Anybody else want anything while I'm here?
I think I'm okay.
Oh wait, no.
Are
I had
there
something
any
to
potions
sell.
of
I wanted
healing?
to sell my longbow.
Potion of healing will be 50 gold.
Oh, actually, yeah. Can I get 2 potions of healing?
Yeah, they're 50 gold each.
How much is the longbow worth? Longbow.
If you're selling an item, it's half of the list.
Yeah, I'm looking for longbow.
Oh,
and
perfect.
and-
I will sell my
50
splint armor.
GP, so you got 25 gold as well. So I have 2 of them actually.
Cool. Whatever the price is on that, just half of that
I
is
think
what you
it's
get back.
Yeah, I'm selling 2 of them, so it'll give me 50 total. Bye.
the weight is
So that brings my gold back up to.
Oh yeah, can I sell my longbow?
It's 25.
25? Cool.
So you'll get 12, or it costs 25, so you'll get 12.
No.
Half.
He'll get 25.
Okay,
50.
so it costs 50. Got it.
Also, where's the healing potion? What is it called?
Regular healing potion is 50 gold.
Basic potion.
Where do I get it? It's not in the item list.
It's basic. Basic potion.
There's a healer's kit, but there's not a healing.
It's listed somewhere, but it's 50 gold each for a healing potion.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I did that. I'm trying to put it in my inventory.
Nah, just write it down because I know it's 2d4 plus 2 or just 10 hit points if you do a full action.
Okay.
All right, how do I delete a line in the item of my items?
Hit the lock icon, and then there'll be the pound
Oh, I
symbol
see.
hash.
Yeah.
Alright, I no longer have my longbow.
Did I have anything else to get rid of? Oh, what's in the bag? What's in the bag while I'm here? Did we?
I got 25 gold.
No.
I'm at
Nothing to
890.
sell. Nothing to sell as a group in the bag.
Okay.
There is some extra gold in the bag if anyone needs it, but. Okay, come morning, I'll have 6 fresh arrows.
And I'd like to buy 4 pots of healing.
Okay.
I think that's 200 GP.
Oh, that's probably I couldn't find it. It's probably under potion of healing.
Alrighty. You guys can
Yeah,
see
that
yourselves in front of this, in front of
Yes.
the inn, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Look at this well. I want to see the water quality if I can. Just curious.
Seems like pretty well.
I know we're not
Chug,
tracking
chug,
it, but I'm going
chug,
to refill
chug.
my water pouches and whatnot I have.
Cool.
Just because I know we're supposed to. What is it? Arrows or what? Quiver is what, 10?
I think it's like 1 gold for 20. It's like not much.
Cool. I'm gonna. I did.
Buy some more arrows.
Yes, we did a lot
Still
of
got
combat
18
between
left.
then.
I haven't been really using my bow.
Yeah.
Hey Tanner, you
Tracking
probably
too
want
much.
You probably need arrows too, because you kept throwing yours off into the woods.
Arrows into the woods.
All those misses.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess I should buy some arrows.
It's
I
just
just-
1 gold.
Just 1 gold. Give yourself that
Alright.
arrows.
Since we are the 2 ranged fighters, even though
That's
I can do
that's probably fair. Where are my arrows? Yeah. And how many arrows does that give me?
20
doesn't matter.
for a gold.
Alright,
And just
so
like
this-
every once in a while, just buy arrows every time you come to a shop.
Okay.
We're just spending a gold every time we come to town, and
Yeah.
we have unlimited arrows.
It's,
Okay.
You do that, I'm really not going to ask you to track your arrows.
1 gold per visit.
Okay.
You show up in town, you spend a gold, and all of a sudden your subscription's use, and you have a quiver of unlimited arrows. Unless you make specialty arrows like I do, in which case is very stingy on that.
Those you need to track.
Yes, just spent 200 gold to get 6 arrows. For gold for 6 of them.
That's steep.
Yeah, well, the poison condition's no joke if you can give them poison condition.
Yeah, it's only a DC 10 though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to miss, but if they hit, it's 2d8 on their turn.
And the
You
poison
should take up,
condition, which is disadvantage on everything.
You should take up some skills in, like, I don't know, crafting or something. Oh, there's no crafting.
I have Tinkerer's tools.
So
The only
you
reason
make-
Mike's letting me do this is because I have the Poisoner's Kit and the Tinkerer's tools.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
And you have proficiency with the poison kit.
I have proficiency in both.
Yeah.
It's like the only reason. It's like, yeah.
So if you're looking for specific magical items, make a mention of a session and what those values, what those costs would be. But
always gonna look-
magic I don't quite like come out on trees, so they may not have them like search around. Like they're not always out on like display because not as many people in like the town could afford their magic items, so they could be like in storage or whatnot.
If we,
Magical armor.
I was gonna say,
Because
yeah,
I can't really
yeah.
get a better armor. Like
Yeah.
I hit my store limit.
That's basically where I was gonna say too. Is yeah, like +1 studded leather armor, would be pretty great.
I'm just telling him magical armor. Who knows what he'll find to gear out. Like,
Oh, good point. Because there's like studded armor of like resistances and stuff too. Yeah, any magic armor, I'm pretty down for that.
like, I mean, you let me silver my dagger. So.
Yep.
So obviously pluses would be better, but I mean that's still a 1d4 and a 1d8 plus piercing each.
I mean, your real damage is going to come from your sneak attack damage anyway. It's like that's where the majority of your damage really comes from.
Yeah,
As-
but now it is no longer halved.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see with that. Are we still shopping?
No, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm sure they'll want to shop.
Well,
There's no guarantee that it'll be found. There's just like
no, I just
maybe
I'm
this will be
looking through-
available. Maybe this will be 3,000 gold.
I'm looking through to see like what all stuff is even in here. Soap. There's soap.
Look, man, I'm assuming we'll get some of the really cool stuff as we start more of these cards.
There's some cool ass shit.
Like I can't wait to find that witch, but I know she'll probably murder me for now.
Have we achieved any of the cards yet?
Yes.
Yeah, the windmill.
No,
That's why we get
Teo's
inspiration.
card. That's why you'll have
Mm.
inspiration once a day. It's a boon from the card. That is all. That is sort of my part at it. The extra like per cards I sort of added on top.
By the way, never mind.
Screw it. Let's get a drink. I'm gonna walk in the door.
Yeah, I'm ready to get a drink.
Okay. So.
Water looks clean. Establishment should be fine.
God, the lighting in my room sucks ass today.
Let's see.
Turn your monitor brightness up.
So
That's what's lighting my face right now with two
the
screens.
Blue Water Inn. Gray smoke issues from the chimney of this large-story wooden building with a stone foundation and a sagging tile roof, upon which you see several ravens have perched. There's a painted wooden sign hanging above the main entrance as you come in, you see a late. There's not too many people in the bar.
Give me 1 second.
Hey, do these ravens nest?
You don't know, but you do see a number of ravens sort of like flying around, like in and out. Just looks like there's probably a nest up there, maybe, but who knows?
I just know we're looking for one.
Okay, you see.
And if you see ravens, I'm going to check their nests.
Token. Token. You just see a couple of random people sort of in the tavern. You see behind the bar, there's a lady. Looks like she's tending bar. And let's see what. And walk in, you just hear like, welcome to the Blue Water. How may I help you, travelers?
I'll take 2 mugs finest. I'll take 2 mugs of your finest ale, please.
Okay, so
I'll take a glass of your strongest.
let's see what we got. So, here's what we got available. If you're looking for rooms for the night, it costs half a gold a night, so 5 silver. That'll give you. That'll also give you some like soup and fresh bread at no additional charge. Wolf steaks, 5 silver. We have 2 type wine available. All right, we got a purple grape, number 3 for 3 copper pieces for ranked, or the superior red dragon crush wine for a silver piece. It's
Okay, I put
I throw 2 gold down. I'll take the room, the steak, and whatever wine the rest of it brings.
Okay. And you have either a silver piece for the good wine or 3 copper for the house wine. It's like both wines are made by my husband's family.
Steak and
I'll have the same, and I found 3 gold.
I'd like. I'm gonna say I'd like the same, but when she reaches out, I'm gonna put. I'm gonna put 10 gold in her hand and say, and perhaps information.
What kind of information? And it's like you come out, you see like another guy like come out. He's like, "Hey, new visitors! Look at this! Welcome to the Blue Water Inn. How are you guys doing today?"
hungry,
Welcome.
thirsty,
Why am I saying welcome?
and curious.
So the guy introduced himself. He is Erwin. Erwin. Oh wow! Why did I not write down that last name?
Because he only needs to go by Erwin.
Mardukov. Erwin Mardukov. So Erwin, Urwin. It's like, welcome. My name's Erwin. This is my wife Danica, and then the 2 boys are running around here somewhere. Brom and Broom. They're not. Bray and Broom and Brom. Bray and Brom.
I was gonna say,
Hey,
if
did
one
you
of these
name your
kids is
kid
named
Dustpan and Broom?
Bray
Yeah.
and Brom. Not
Bray and
Broom.
Brom. All right. That's only marginally better.
Yeah.
Brom's
Yeah, they
not
knew what
bad.
they
I don't know
wanted.
about Brom isn't. I don't know about Bray. The sound a donkey makes. He must be the stupid one.
He's the ass.
So
What do you want?
there's
Oh
sort of
God!
the Torch family.
Neither of them look stupid. They look like killers.
I mean,
I'm
these are
gonna get it
these are
though.
Barovians that are dealing with some shit for years.
Dude, the kid up front looks like he could be the
On a rap
antagonist
album,
or-
yes.
Like, what is going on?
Either both in Slytherin, I can tell you that.
That kid's got a body count tattooed somewhere on his body.
On you can't, but on the other eye, he has a teardrop.
Yeah, it's that one teardrop.
You see the flags hanging out of his vehicle.
It's like I mainly like help run everything around. My wife, she keeps the books and runs the bar. I make sure everything else is sort of running well. My kids help too. You guys have he like looks around and he sees like how many people. He's like, you fellas have been busy.
Might have.
Sure. Who hasn't been busy these days?
Depends on what you're busy.
You know what they say, idle hands and all that.
Well,
Poor you were just sitting outside standing.
she's sorry. She's inside with you guys.
Yeah, hold
Communing
on.
with
Where
nature.
Taya needs to be, because Taya would absolutely be drinking and horn dogging it up with one of these patrons.
I mean, they just look like normal folk. Nobody looks
She
like
wants
they're.
Daddy Martikov.
You gentlemen have been, and lady, been fairly last couple of days, weeks.
And how might you know that, sir?
Deal with a little bit of information.
I'm just gonna look up at the
Er-
Ravens and
Well, if you've got information, we're looking for some.
Well, let's just say friends. Like, we aren't trying to stop you. We probably share the same goals.
right now we're going to
Are
You've
we
got
meeting?
weed.
church.
Are we meeting
You've got weed.
Jacob? Are we meeting Jacob? Is this Taylor Lautner? Are we meeting Taylor Lautner?
No. My goal is to look for weed. Are you saying you have weed?
No, but
Damn.
Then enemies it shall be.
I'm sorry about our junk friend. He's trying to get off an addiction of pies.
yes, the
I'm assuming then
Pies.
you already know that the source of pies is stopped.
we're aware.
I gesture back up to the Ravens like,
Anyway, we could use
I would
we
as
we could be friends. We could definitely help you out. We have some things that may help, but I would need a little help in return. He kind of takes you aside and he keeps his voice low. And it's like, my supply of wine is nearly gone. The next shipment's overdue. It's supposed to be here. It's. I'll give you one of the things that I know you're seeking if you can bring me my wine. The Vineyard Winery are a few miles west of town. Just follow the road and the signs and you'll get there. You don't have to go now, but if you could check up on it and get wine, like that would help.
is this thing that you said you give us, is it that we seek, is this thing a thing, or is it as a person, or is it information?
It's probably information that would help you very much.
is it about our immediate encounter with the church?
No.
Is it perhaps about a man, a monkey?
Man with a monkey.
Yeah, you wouldn't happen to know a man with a monkey, would you?
Arden, if he knew about a man with a monkey, that would immediately come to mind. I don't think he would be
Listen,
confused
it's the
or have
only
trouble remembering.
it's the only thing if you pause. If you have trouble remembering, that's better than immediately knowing you've not met a man with a
Sure.
monkey.
Have to do anything with a man living in a town?
I mean,
I forgot about the person not allowed in the town.
No, not them. The man well off, but not living in either of these 3 towns. Closer to Barovia, though.
yes. The information we could give you would
Okay.
definitely
yeah, we'll
help
you
with
it.
a
you've
mutual
said enough.
person that we're not. Yes.
Yeah, you don't need to say any more, sir. I understand.
Yes.
Does this man have a monkey?
I'm just gonna
You're the
slap him
monkey.
upside.
I haven't seen
Enough with me.
a man with it, but
Stop dumping on my tarot card. Stop. The tarot cards are important.
if anyone came around with a monkey, the monkey would not be allowed in, so we wouldn't have seen him in here.
Okay. Well, do you live in the inn? There's nowhere else you've been where perhaps you saw a man with a
We
monkey?
much stay at the inn most of the time.
Okay, well, for a man
We're
who stays
open.
at the
We're
inn-
open all
He
day.
hasn't shoot away a man with a monkey.
For a man who stayed at the inn, you seem to know a lot of information about the goings on outside these walls. So I
Yes.
thought perhaps
But we don't
You had a
deal on
man-
monkeys.
Okay, well that's fine. You could have just from the start instead of making it all cryptic, like perhaps you knew a monkey. There was more to this.
There was
I'm just gonna
no
tap
crypticness.
I'm
There
gonna
was
tap
no
Tanner's
perhaps.
shoulder. I'm just gonna
Tanner,
tap him
he
on the
never knew a
shoulder
monkey.
and point up at the raven.
Okay, well yes, I'm aware there's. Could you have your ravens look out for a man with a monkey and report to us if him?
I mean, we just send messages with the ravens.
Okay, it seems like a pretty big message is that you saw a man with a monkey, considering I'm being so fervently about it.
I mean,
Arden gets up and starts walking the door.
Why is nobody for me concerned about this monkey? We all were looking at the tarot card, all excited about, ooh, it could be this, it could be that, and then everyone would mind just a man with a monkey. So y'all are like, no monkey, no problem. Like you're no interest in my monkey.
we haven't seen anything
haven't-
on a monkey specifically.
I haven't heard you asking about the Silver Dragon's house. What about the Dragon's house, Tanner?
Okay,
That's
well,
on my tarot card.
then why don't you do about the Silver Dragon's house?
Because we haven't gotten there yet.
How do you? Perhaps this man knows something.
Because
The same reason I know he doesn't know any witch.
I'm sure. Let's all just stand around and do nothing.
I'm just
and
gonna throw
guess.
2 more gold down. Sir, can you give him the strongest thing you have, like just in a tall glass?
No, I don't even want the wine anymore. I'm pouting.
Hands
out
him
on
like
the
just a
front.
pour of wine.
I'm pouting out on my front stoop and very aggressively muttering to
Well,
myself.
you seem like a strong
You
man.
kid,
Are
I'm
you
like,
guys
dude,
you guys arguing like about the dragon thing and the witch, like out in the open, or are you just kind of saying that like cross talk?
crosstalk?
Okay.
I'm out in the
Okay, you know what?
thing.
You know what? I'm
and-
gonna humor
Fucking
you. I'm
monkey.
going Right, Tanner, drink your wine. I'll humor you, okay? Excuse me, sir. Do you know anything about? Let me check my notes here.
An entertainer with a monkey.
A ruined city in a marshland that may not contain a witch.
Well, there's rumors of an old city. The name of that city. It was
Can't see,
Berez.
like-
There's an old city Berez that was destroyed years ago by Strahd.
I swear to God, I'll humor you. Maybe he's like, oh, you mean Brez? You mean that? Huh?
Drink your wine. I paid for it. You win.
I haven't seen a man with a monkey. I mean, there's some entertainer here, but he didn't have a monkey. There's an entertainer staying here, but he doesn't have a monkey. Some half-elf, but the monkey.
Anything else with him? That would perhaps be as a small companion, perhaps.
No, it's just him.
Okay.
He'll
Did he have an organ? Like a traveling big thing that he didn't?
No, it's just him and his
Okay,
little
okay.
guard gear. Showed up a month ago. He's an older sort of half elf. He'll be sleeping right now, but he'll be down performing tonight.
Sir, do you remember what town used to be?
It's
At least a general direction.
so it's after you leave Valaki. Sorry, I gotta look at the big map. I want to make sure I'm getting a spot.
I'll say I'm looking at the big map right now.
Yeah, I'm trying
I think it's you.
You?
Along the river.
Okay.
Yeah, it's you. So
How do you spell the name? Berez?
Berez.
Perfect.
Yeah.
where's my map?
Interesting that he would have that information.
Well, I mean, it's a city that existed that's been like in ruins for years.
Okay, well, I haven't any monkeys, so I figure a man with a monkey would be big news. No.
Are you asking about your silver dragon?
Not now.
Okay. Cool. The wine that you're looking for, also that he mentions, is W on the map.
W for winery.
Yeah, like all the way to the west.
Oh wait, that's the one he wants us to go check on?
Yes.
Holy cow, that's far away. That's like almost as far as going all the way back to like Baroque.
It's almost near Krizik.
Yeah. I mean,
Wait a
check in
minute,
the
though. Notice it's near the Raven River. Raven River. We probably need that direction anyway.
That's true. I mean, we're probably gonna have to.
Ravens anywhere. It's going to be the Raven River.
Yeah.
All right. Well. Let's see. That's where we're back in. But I mean, stick around. Just name the bard's name is Rictavio.
Oh, darn.
Well, might I impose upon you another question? It will help with your winery issue. So, we were trying to assist the church earlier with something. Apparently, the coffin maker tricked one of the poor children working at the church into selling something that wasn't his that he shouldn't have.
We haven't found out much about this coffin maker. He pretty much sticks. He doesn't come again. He just kind of like sticks and does his job. He stays very.
Dude, this
Just
guy
to
alternates
himself.
between knowing so much and so little.
He's a dude and makes coffins. Like, I don't know why he wants the bones, but he's.
Yeah, I didn't.
We had bones.
You mentioned the bones, or I didn't mention the bones.
We didn't mention bones.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's my slip, not his.
I'm writing that down. No, I'm writing that down.
No, that's my slip.
I never mentioned bones. I just said an item.
Okay,
Yeah. They sold something.
that's
that wasn't
my
good.
slip, not the bartender.
Okay,
Okay.
so he
Okay.
the item.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like I haven't seen about that, but the guy pretty much stays to himself. He doesn't. He just kind of does. You know, most people need just kind of shuffle about their day. They try to kind of stay out of the way of festivals and the Burgermeister. Like they try not to cause issues. There's Burgermeister's like tries the right thing, but is also very strict. One that sort of kind of goes against him. He thinks is in league Strahd.
We were warned at the gate.
Yes, and then there's also another family here that is quite powerful. It's the Wachter. What? Sorry, these fucking names.
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Wachter. Wacher.
Walker, Texas Ranger. Guys.
I'm just calling it watch.
Who will
Watcher.
walk the walkers?
Yeah, the Watcher. We're doing Watcher, even though it's not Watcher. I'm calling it Watcher. So, Lady Watcher, who definitely probably more sides with Strahd. Her family has very ties to Strahd for years. Her two sons are kind of local troublemakers. They're
Saying she's probably not our friend.
maybe. Those two are usually in here. They don't trouble in the inn, but they're given more of a free reign than most people in town because of
What are their names?
they are. Where did I put them there?
I'm assuming it's not Milovich and whoever the other boy.
No,
is.
it is Nicola and Carl.
I flipped off Strahd.
It's like, and you're alive.
Yeah.
He sucked him actually.
You're lucky to be alive.
Strahd sucked me.
For the Baron,
The way you
And
said
he got you too.
yeah, I know, but the way he was like, oh, Strahd sucks me. Like he just
so
realized.
the Burgomaster, Baron Vargas Vlakovic, watch out for his right hand man, Izik. He's got a demon arm. It's like he seems like a normal man, but his right arm is just this like massive demon arm that shoots fire.
I don't want a demon arm.
Kind of dope, no lie.
Doesn't that seem
And
like
that's coming from a
something-
half demon.
Doesn't that seem like something the town would frown upon with all its strict rules, like having a demon?
Yeah, well, he's kind of like the enforcer, so there's sort of a
This is town.
do as I say, not what I do sort of thing.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the towns where it's like we never ever break the rules except when we do.
Yeah. Except for this guy who's
We're
gonna
the
break
rich and
you.
powerful.
Yeah, normal shit.
So before we
Yeah, I mean, stick around long enough, you'll enjoy another festival.
I'm good with one, but you know,
Why use the festival if you're not going to be excited about it?
Well, if every day's your birthday, it just sort of loses its luster.
I guess. Hey, is anyone else getting mad necromancer vibes from this coffin maker yet? He wanted bones. He makes coffins.
I assume that was like the implied part.
I mean, as far as I know about him, is little. He's just normal middle-aged guy doing his normal middle-aged Jovian life.
Do normal middle-aged Barovian life activities include buying protective relics?
Normally, no, but
That's so suspicious it is. Got it.
yeah, strange, but many of the here are strange.
perhaps we should wait till evening. Hear the tales of this bard and relax. We did have a long walk.
Yeah, can I whisper to him, and basically be, hey, does anyone else think there's any chance that if these bones truly did belong to a celestial or godlike being, if he does happen to be an necromancer, do you think he might be trying to like resurrect a god? Is that like a thing he could be plotting?
I don't know.
I think the better question
Costs.
is if he does, do we have to fight it?
Better is, will the god devour him?
This isn't how powerful of a necromancer he potentially could be. He is.
So,
Well, I say we should pay an early visit tomorrow.
I
so are
agree.
you guys waiting till evening and just kind of seeing like the people pour in?
Yeah, I want to save going to the other guy for next week, just to
Okay.
hopefully have everybody back. 'Cause
So
it sounds like that's going to give us a lot of stuff we want, or at least a lot of story.
yeah. All right. he comes, and you see more people sort of pull into here. As you kind of
Wait, how many wines deep are we?
a few.
Yeah, because it's probably like early or mid afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely day drinking.
Oh, for sure.
So
Always down to day drink.
the bar fills up, and you're sort of like, as you ask, like every once in a while, the Irwin is a very friendly, like gregarious, like outer sort of like look. Like he's going around, like kind of serving, being that like guy. You see,
What are his sons doing?
you look at the two kids, and they're just sort of they're cleaning some stuff here and there. They're kind of shuffling around.
Looking for their next murder victim.
They're fairly young. Actually, I want you guys to make perception.
Let's go. I was just gonna ask if we could make a perception check.
15.
Please, I +9 to perception.
Damn.
So, Arden and Vrail, you see them kind of like just doing stuff, and it seems like nothing really out of the ordinary. Tanner and Roland, like if you little closer, and you can see that they're working, but their real job is a little different. Like, and it sort of looks like they're making a game out of it, kids. But really, like they're cleaning, but when you kind of look closer, how they're cleaning and what they're picking up, they're kind of spying on people. Like, they'll get your foot, but getting close enough to like listen in on conversations and like pick up on stuff people are saying. So they're definitely like gathering information, possibly to just know more, but they're definitely gathering information on the people sort of around in the bar.
Interesting.
I'm going to drop 3 silver on the ground. Those kids.
As they come around, you know, oh, sir, you dropped your silver there. We got back.
I'm just going to grab his hand and be like, keep it, but stay out from under my feet.
And he sort of says like, okay, I'm not sure why.
I'm going to give him like a stern, like, I know what you're doing.
He's okay. He understands look, and he understands that like he wasn't like
You get to keep it for your honesty, but
he's been kind of looking at like both of them have kind of like been looking your way, but you've been looking like straight at them, so they haven't been able to be as sort of subtle around you guys. But definitely trying to get close like earlier in the night because you're new and don't know anything about you. And you could definitely like the two of them look like they really enjoy it. Like it's kind of almost like a give them between the two brothers are like 10 or 11 and 9. They're not like old. They're young enough to where people don't pay attention to them, but old enough to where they're doing.
So they're both rogue class. Got it.
There's a couple other patrons that you kind of see in there. You see two people, Solidar and Yevgeny. You don't really need to know the names too much. They're wolf hunters, so they go out during the day and they hunt wolves in the forest for the meat. So they spend their nights usually here in the inn. They're two very close friends. Like they hunt together because it's safer. Because even during the day it's dangerous. It's extremely dangerous at night. They refuse to leave the city at night to go hunting. So it's not risk. You see two Watcher brothers, Nikolai and Carl. They're just sort of at a table to get drinking, not interacting with anybody else.
What are they drinking?
Wine.
What the two boys are?
No, the Watcher brothers. They're not boys. They're
Oh.
more like late teens, early 20s
Oh.
sort of age.
Wait, hold on. So then hold on. Who's the boys and who's the Watcher brothers?
The
Watcher Brothers are the boys of the people who we think
future, who's more of a
like
who
Team
has ties
Strahd.
to Strahd.
Oh, that's right.
See
That's
if I
right.
can just like listen what they're saying.
Gotta like kill them.
They're
Wait,
not
wait, wait.
really talking. They're just kind of sitting there and just drinking and just kind of sitting and drinking, not looking like they want to talk to anybody, and just kind of, and nobody really approaches them. And as everything sort of like as it fills up, you see the guard, Rictavio, come in, and he's dressed kind of like a bard in little fancier sort of clothes, like not fancy but colorful clothes. He's definitely a half elf, probably a little older for a half elf. Like you can tell he's got some age on him. But he goes up there, and as a bard, he doesn't play any instrument, but he tells stories. He's fairly recently come to Barovia within the last couple of months. He sort of got stuck. A lot of other adventurers do, or other people by or another, and he's been staying at the Blue Water Tavern, where he makes some money as a bard while he's just trying to live his life. And he comes up and he's got a story to tell. And I actually have this.
Well, before we hear the story, how long are we planning on going tonight? Because I still have to pack to leave early tomorrow.
You going on vacation?
Hey, he's coming
Yeah,
down to Florida. The story, and then we can end it there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, you see the Watcher brothers at one table and a crowd listening to the tales of Rictavio. Have I ever told you the tale of Petunia Wingulch? She lived a simple life in a simple village. She was plain of face, and she would tend to overindulge on biscuits. Through puberty, she became an outcast of her cohorts. Particularly, there was a group of young boys who would chase her on her way home from the market to throw mud on her frock. When succeeding, they would oink at her before leaving her in shame. Day after day this occurred, a thorn growing in her heart. She begged her gods of light for help, but received no answer. She then decided to call to the dark powers, to which an evil djinn appeared. While his fingers groped his overgrown goatee, he offered Petunia a single wish. Her heart skipped a beat. Her mind started racing. What to ask? Money? Titles? Escape? It was then that Petunia realized her true heart's desire. She asked the djinn for a way to make her tormentors regret their cruelty. The djinn's face curled into a smile. He snapped his fingers, and then he disappeared in a poof of smoke. As the smoke cleared, Petunia was stunned to see herself in her room's mirror. Her face became fair, her hair soft as silk, her waist held a stylish curve. Most importantly, her tongue, now replaced with the head of a snake. The next time she went to the market, she was offered fine jewelry, flowers, and fabric. Musicians stopped their songs in awe of her beauty. The same boys who once chased her now offered their hand and protection. One by one, she lured them to a private space. She would seduce them until, overwhelmed with lust, they would kiss the girl. At that moment, her snake of a tongue would bite angrily, disfiguring the boys, one by one. Filled with satisfaction, she returned home. Years passed. Suitors arrived from far lands to ask for her hand. Many of them were kind, innocent men. Her snake became hungrier and hungrier. Each time they would attempt to steal a kiss, the snake would maim in harsher ways. Eventually, the snake lunged into the suitor's throat and bit clean through their esophagus. Petunia became desperate for a cure, begging local mages for relief. Eventually, she prayed to the dark powers and the djinn reappeared. He laughed wildly at Petunia's tears. She begged him to not kill her suitors. The djinn smiled, snapped, and poof. However, the djinn still stood in her room. She now had a ring on her finger, and so did the djinn. For years, Petunia accompanied the djinn as he tortured those who called upon his magic, most of whom perished in a painful, bloody death. She attempted to warn each victim before they could make a wish, but each one succumbed to the temptation of the djinn's magical wishes. Her eyes became red with constant tears. Finally, Petunia asked her husband for one final wish. She wished to be free of her marriage. His face approached hers. He looked at her, square in the eye. Without blinking or breaking eye contact, he snapped his fingers for her final wish. Her clothes fell to the floor, and in her place, a large snake with red eyes slithered away. According to legends, the djinn had one final torture in mind for Petunia. She was cursed to never pass into the next life. To this day, she slithers around the lands, her venom torturing and eventually killing anyone she bites. Her only solace is found by attempting to protect women from cruel, abusive men. Rictavio pauses as the crowd sits in unsettling silence. He pulls out a flute and begins to play a tune. At a crescendo of the tune, a snake bursts from the bag of Rictavio and lunges towards the crowd. The front row cries in terror, and then laughs when they see that it is not a snake, but a spring loaded sack. Rictavio roars in laughter and continues to play his flute.
I clap and then toss him a gold.
Arden does as well.
And with that, I think it's probably a good stopping point for tonight.